Right, hello and welcome to the trade of the day for the 22nd of February. My name's Tom. I'm a senior trading analyst here at Trend Signal. We're going to keep today short and sweet because I've done a lot of long-winded ones recently. We're going to be looking at a short duration trade on 2-minute time frames, US30, starting on the Friday, the 20th of February. The way this system works is we get an opportunity to look for a new trade as soon as we get these rotations in black arrows. These black arrows, they initially form essentially a measurement of how the previous trade performed, and then they act as a trailing stop loss as the trade goes on, if you decide it's worth taking that trade in the first place. Now, luckily, it's not guesswork, it is a rules-based process. Let's go through it and let's see what we could have done trading the morning session on the American. So in this particular trade, arrow flip, that trailing stop comes in, candle hits the arrow, we flip over, we then look at the arrow position. Now the arrow position will always start in line, in this case for a short trade, with the high of the previous long trade, going back to when we last went short. Basically, this does a couple of things. Number one, it gives us a maximum stop loss, which is positioned so that we can't hold the trade past the point at which we enter the wrong side of market structure. A little bit complicated, but basically we want to be selling in descending channels, buying in ascending channels. And if we can clearly see the opposite is happening, then it's a pretty good time to get out of that trade. But because it starts in line with that previous high or low, we can see how far the market's moved up, in this case for a short. If it's moved up high enough, we get a high energy trade. It hasn't really, it's moved sideways. So we get a low energy trade because we're inside that blue band. So step number one is the arrow flip and finding where it is. It's inside, it tells us it's low energy, and that influences the rest of the rules going forward. So step two, we need to see the vector average change being in the correct direction. In this case, we've been green, we've now turned to red. Red supporting a downwards move, perfectly fine. Step three is candlestick position. So we need the entry of this market to be below the purple PE2 for a low energy trade, or the open. If the start isn't, that's fine as well. In this case, they're both valid. We take the first one, so we enter on the first possible opportunity. I'll bring down my green line to show that entry point. We then go to step four. R ratio, is the market wide enough? We hover over, it's 16.63, it's above zero, perfectly fine. We're not going to get chopped out necessarily. And rule 5, we need the trend to be in our favor overall. That's given by the middle line here, which if you look a little bit to the right, you can see it does indeed change color. It's just been, it was a very heavy sell day on Friday. So orange colored by the time we enter, it's safe to move in, supported by the long-term direction. If we had a high energy trade, we wouldn't need that, but it's low energy, so we do. So we have our entry point. Our stop loss becomes the black arrow. And the way that we manage this trade is a bit discretionary, and we do teach that through our workshops, but a very simple way for people who are new to the strategy to follow this and get pretty good results out of it. A little bit of volatility, but overall quite profitable. Is just follow along those black arrows as they lock in the stop. We get the break we're looking for, we come out of the trade, we walk away, and we reassess for the next position. In this case, by the way, we don't get a trade because we start outside, high energy, we need to be above the black. We move inside, back to low energy, we never get the trend as our favor until we get into the next short position. So those rules will protect you from buying into fake bounces or essentially consolidation periods. In this case, if you'd have just followed the black arrows, it's an 86 pip move. Try to get a pound per pip, 86 quid, nothing too shabby. But bear in mind, there was a maximum potential for this trade. And the idea is not that you take this maximum potential, but you can do a little bit better than the default approach as you go through the course. In this case, it's £123, 123 pips rather, which is £123 if you're trading at a pound per pip. Once you start scaling that up, that becomes very attractive. Trading at £3 per pip, an intermediate-sized account, that's 369 quid. If you're interested in seeing how this strategy works, learning all the boring bits that you need to know, the rules and the risk management, of course, but also seeing us live trade the positions and hopefully earn a little bit of money for yourself as well, then come along and join us. We'll be hosting a session tomorrow lunchtime at 12:30. There'll be a link around this video. We take questions the entire way through. Hopefully I'll see you there.